Joining me live tonight, Anis Hilahil. He is local chairman of CAIR, the Council on American-Islamic Relations. Thanks for joining us tonight. How concerned are you about this kind of oversight?
Well, first of all, let me say that we all care about the safety and the security of the American people. We're part of the society, and we care about the safety of our children and neighbors. But that should not be on the expense of civil rights and privacy. All we're asking is...
Let me play for you, if I may. This is Steve Coco. He's local FBI here in Phoenix, assistant agent in charge, talking about kind of what they do and how they do it. Take a listen.
We have to maintain records of everything we do. Even if it turns out that information comes in about you, it sounds nefarious, we vet it, it's nothing. Do we conduct an investigation on you, hypothetically, because that threat came in? Yeah, we did. We have to archive that, and that's available eventually for public review through the Federal Freedom of Information Act.
Mr. Hilahil, is that good enough in your view?
Oh yeah, I think what we're asking is, and I think what makes America so great is the fact that we have the system of checks and balances. The fact that now we're able to gather so much information about so many people, I think that's a lot of power, and you know, information is power. So the reason we have checks and balances is to make sure that power is not abused. I'm sure we can bring many good examples where the system is working properly. Our worry is when we have those examples where the system, somebody comes in and abuses the system, right, and now uses the information for the wrong reasons.
May I ask you something? I'm curious. In your mosque, do you ever worry that you've been infiltrated? That somebody from the federal government is checking in on you? Somebody maybe who's posing as a Muslim in prayer there, maybe checking out what's going on?
I think I do worry for a simple reason. I think the role of government, and now there's a lot of talk about the role of government and the fact that we should limit the role of government. Well, I think this is applicable in this case. I think the role of government is to serve the people, not necessarily to spy on people. So I think a better equation would be to come to the mosque and establish a relationship with the people so that we can identify the real threat. If there are people who are really planning to cause trouble, I think these are the people we should focus on instead of focusing on a whole community or on Islamic centers.
One more, if I can, if you can respond to this. This is, again, Steve Coco, local FBI, talking about this idea of profiling. Take a listen.
We can't do anything based on the allegation that this person is a Muslim, this person is of a certain race, and he's in a neighborhood where there aren't many people of that particular race. That's absolutely nothing. We can't do a thing with that. That's not a threat. It's not necessarily suspicious. There has to be something more than that.
Mr. Hilahil, I got a sense from the FBI speaking with them today. They are very sensitive to the exact issues you're raising. They want to make sure that they're not overstepping some bounds. At least that's what they're telling me.
Absolutely, and this is exactly what we want. But like I said, I think there are ways to improve the system. And one of them is to provide adequate training to all the new employees, all of the personnel. Because I hear nowadays that there's a lot of bias against Muslims, and some people spreading rumors, the fact that Muslim centers are infiltrated by radicals. So if we have people with this background coming and working for these centers, what worries me is that they come with that bias with them.
Right.
And guess what's going to happen next? They're going to focus more on, the assembly of Muslims. And we know in this country one of the great rights we have is the right of assembly, the right of, the freedom of speech and the freedom of protest.
Thank you very much, Anis Hilahil from CAIR, Council for Islamic Relations. Thank you for being with us tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Get myfoxphoenix.com on your iPhone free at the App Store and stay connected.